Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. I wanted to start this video with a shout out. Got this card, shop card in the mail last week from our modeling friend up in Canada, Pat there at Cards Scale Dreams. Looks like a 60 AMT Chevy pickup there. Got it all rusted up. And guys, if you haven't been over there, check Pat out and go check him out. Very, very good at weathering vehicles up like that. I know I've seen a couple different shop cards that he's got out there going around, and very, very impressive. Adds a lot of looks of realism to it. Got the pliers there on the to be able to get the door open and everything. So pretty cool. Pat, I appreciate it. We swapped shop cards, and I appreciate the sentiment on the back. Thank you so much. Enjoy your channel, and keep up the good work. I enjoy seeing what you come up with. So thank you very much, Pat. Appreciate it. And actually, guys, this card came at the right time because I was watching, I believe it's his most recent video come up there. He kind of offered a challenge to the modeling community here about showing our first model, not necessarily car or truck, but our first model that we featured on our YouTube channel. So I figured I'd just go to start with my very first one that I put on the channel, which was this Revell Peterbilt 359. Now, my channel, I started back in, my first video I uploaded was May 25th of this year, 23, and this was the one it was. And it was a really kind of short video, about 7 minutes, because I really wasn't sure if I was going to proceed with the channel. I just was kind of like testing the waters, so to speak. But I just say, you know what, let's just go for it. And I know I've told that story a couple different times. So, but that's how my channel came about. And this was the first model that I had on there. And if you haven't seen that one, go back and check it out. But if you haven't seen that one, we'll just go ahead and go over this real quick. I won't go over everything that I did on that one, but this was it, guys. Now, this was the this kit here is the Revell, and it actually started life as the Monogram snap kit. It was a snap tight kit in 1/25th scale, yes. But the box that they issued for this now, or when the one this was, which was actually this box art here. Let me slide this truck back a little bit for you. Was this box art right here. Now on there, all this says is historic series, but it doesn't say anywhere, and I kind of got these sides folded up, but, and this is a 2011 release, but it doesn't say on the box anywhere of being a snap tight, so they haven't got it labeled as a snap tight kit now. But it did start life as a snap kit in, I think it was 1982. And so, guys, very, very clean build. Goes together pretty nice. The back wheels, I guess, would be one thing I had an issue with, but not a deal breaker. I would build 100 more of these if I could, guys. They're just a fun build. They build kind of quick, outside of your paint time and all that stuff. But they build up pretty quick. But the rear tires, they've got the centers in them, but you don't cut them out. They got like 3 holes in them, and that's part of your friction fit together on there. So if I had my way, I would prefer them being done a little bit differently than that, but I get the concept that was a snap kit. It's supposed to be a little bit more for a maybe younger kids and stuff, younger people building, maybe first time getting in. Actually, if you're first time just getting into building and haven't built a semi-truck, I highly recommend this kit. The another one is the Kenworth Aerodyne conventional. It's got the extended sleeper top on it, and it just that actually is on my list to get here one of these days, because I would like to build that, and just because it's real comparable to this one. But it's simplistic starting out. The chassis, the whole frame, it's all molded together. You don't have to assemble the rails. Now, you do get a little bit less realism with the way they've got it done, but for a nice shelf setter and everything, it it's hard to beat this kit. I really enjoyed building this one. Just the one issue, I think I talked about it on my first video, but the biggest beef I had with this was this pipe right here. I actually had to cut it off at the bottom of the stack because when I got that pushed into the holes on the sleeper here, this pipe was too low at the bottom, and it wasn't lining up with that cross pipe on the bottom there. So I had to cut it there and just keep sanding it and then refitting it until it got all lined up. So and then I ended up getting that. And you know, if you don't point it out, you really don't even notice it. So it's got I believe it's a Caterpillar engine in there. And I guess there's been some controversy to what color that should have been, but I did have a neighbor that had one of these, and he said his was that engine color. And I guess it come down to between the dealer and the customer, whatever, the manufacturer and the customer, as to what color they'd have it. So again, I'm not an expert on that, so I don't know that. You guys that drive trucks and everything and have for years would know the actual details on that. So, but I give it a little bit of weathering here on these pipes. And I think I said on that first video too, I used these decals from the Diamond Rio kit, and I think these stars came from that. And then these Not For Hire was actually on a sheet that I got, a big rig decals. I think you can like do 10 or 12 trucks on that thing, but those were off of that. I like how the kit gives you these Peterbilt decals here for your emblems, one there and one on the grill shell. It just saves you all that extra time of trying to detail it, and you can read it. It's plain to read and everything. Look, adds that much more realism to it. And then, like I said in that first video, I took these tanks. These were chrome, and my original goal was to build this right out of the box and put it on the shelf. But when I got these tanks together, they had that big old seam right down the back here, and I just wasn't able to do that. So I decided to strip the chrome, and then I filled the seams, you know, at least the best I could anyway, and then just decided to paint a body color, and then I put the decals on it. These stars, they're from the kit, and I did actually opt to use those, and I just put them in a little bit different location than they had them on the box art, but I thought that looked pretty nice, went along with that National Trucking. And then this decal on the back was in the kit too, which they had it on the box art in this position. So, and then you can see right here, guys, and I didn't bother. I guess you could, if you wanted to take the extra time, you could actually take and sand all these off. But that's where the interior actually snaps into the cab and the sleeper there. So I guess if you wanted to make it look more realistic, you could actually take time and fit them down. And that interior fits up in there good enough, even without snapping that in, that I think if you just added just a couple drops of glue here and there, you wouldn't have any problem with that. Same as down here. This is what attached to the floor pan, that little slot right there. So, but outside of that, but that fifth wheel actually, it just snaps on and it's got some movement. And I had this coupled up to an AMT 40-foot flatbed Fruhoff trailer, and I had to open the hole up just a little bit to accept that kingpin, but you know, it come out really nice. And then there's the back end tail lights. I detailed up the tail lights, got the Peterbilt on the mud flaps there, and then just take a look at the bottom side here real quick. Like I said, again, it's just very basic, guys. It's real basic, but it's such a fun kit to build. Like I said, I'd build these 100 times over. And actually, I had a comment on one of I think it's the video short that I did on this. I had a comment on there by somebody that said they would actually like to see how this is built and the painting and everything in steps. So I can't commit to it right now, but eventually I would like to maybe do that on that Kenworth Aerodyne, being it's very, very similar to this kit. And I don't know if the frame is identical or if any of the parts are identical as far as that goes, but it would be very similar. The other thing I did real quick here, the stacks, I put like the carbon up around the stacks, and just basically use this Tamiya Weathering Master, and I use the soot right there. Now they give you a little, it's almost like a little makeup applicator there in a way. And but just put that on there, rub that on dry, and gives you some really nice effects with that. So great stuff here, guys. I'd recommend this definitely if you want to get into weathering and stuff like that. And I've still got some areas to work at on that myself, but just add some nice touches. So, but anyway, Pat, that was my first YouTube video model right there. Like I said, just did a quick one there. Just kind of did a quick walk around this time on it. I don't know if you probably can't see the interior that well here, but you see a little bit there. Got it detailed up a little bit. I went ahead and I even painted the sleeper, even though you can't see it real well. They got like a blanket and a pillow back in there. I just went ahead and painted them up. Just a fun, like I said, just a fun kit to build. I didn't have to spend a whole lot of time on it, and used very, very little gluing. I did glue a few things, if I remember, but very, very little as far as that goes. So, so that's it, guys. I think that's all I got to say today on this one. And so, guys, go check out Pat over there at Card Scale Dreams. Check out, see what he's got going on. Get some great stuff over there. Great model builder. So with that, guys, I'm going to close it out. And with that, I'm going to say thank you, subscribers. I appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a like. Get that stand up. Give me a like. Thumbs up. All the good stuff. Subscribe. And we're going to close it out for here. So for now, this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage. So you guys have a great day. God bless you. And happy modeling.